Today I want to talk about the drum. Now to understand the drum, to get to the root of the drum, we must dissect it. Drums used by man before 6000 BC. Drums used in ancient times by tribes. The record shows Neanderthal men, troglodytes, cavemen. But even this can be traced back to the first land, the original land, the motherland, Africa. Before pre-Columbian Aztecs, before the Mayans talked to ancient astronauts, before Native Americans roam the earth, we had the drum. We had African tribes playing the drum. Using the drum to speak to God, using the drums to communicate, using the drums to conduct war, using the drums to conduct peace. We had the drum, and the drums speak to you. Zulu, Wasa, Yoruba, Swana, Zimba, Tutsi, Rungu, Lamba, Mada, Mende, Zambo, Bana, Shamba, Bamana, Liko, Lembe, San, Masai, Cuba, Africa. The drums speak to you. Now let's talk about the power of the drum, a spiritual thing. From modern jazz drummers to shaman using drums to heal the sick, to ancient rituals of Santeria, to the drum circles on the streets of Spanish Harlem. The drum speaks to you. The drum speaks to you. From 4x4 house music on the streets of Chicago to the inner city of Detroit, the drum speaks to you. From the early days of hip-hop in the streets of Brooklyn, the drum speaks to you. The drum speaks to you. Manipulating time and space, the drum speaks to you. From the islands of Cuba, Santo Domingo, Puerto Rico, Jamaica, the drum speaks to you. And the drum says, Africa, Africa. The drum speaks to you. Zulu, Wasa, Yoruba, Swana, Zimba, Tutsi, Rungu, Lamba, Mada, Mende, Zambo, Bana, Shamba, Bamana, Liko, Lembe, San, Masai, Cuba, Africa. The drum speaks to you. the drums speak to you. And the drums speak to you. And the drums speak to you. And the drums speak to you.
And we are live. Welcome back to Chart Striker, everybody. This is your host, Dana. Hope all of you have had a good day so far. Have had a very busy one, but we are live as usual. Now let's get into things. Let's get into things, right? Sup, Ralph, by the way. Glad to see you here. So, Bitcoin still going sideways, okay? Like there are on the shorter time frames, there were some signs, that, the bulls were getting, trying to step in, bears were getting, exhausted and so on and so forth. We came all the way to 30,200-ish almost. This is on the index chart, like on Binance, I think we came all the way to 30,189. But point is, we touched this resistance, but we failed to close any hourly candle close above 30,200. If we would have seen that, we could have at least, came and tested 30,450, but we got rejected right around 30,200, right? Howley, welcome to the show. Glad you made it as well. So, I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on Bitcoin today, unless you guys have questions that we can, go through together. But it's pretty much the same thing that's been going on yesterday, going on Sunday. Not much has changed. So there's no point in me wasting any time on this because it's literally just doing the same thing it did yesterday. It's still going sideways. Prior daily candle close, showed a bit of a push, but it's not the end of the world. We're still going sideways. You guys notice? We're still going sideways. Literally, not much is going on, okay? So still positive divergence on the daily that is developing, okay? On the 4-hourly, we got positive momentum on the oscillators. MACD is bullish at the moment, but our size still below neutral, right? So, pretty much what I said yesterday, literally, okay? Let's head over to Ethereum and see what's going on there. Okay, Ethereum is at that 4-hourly support at the moment, which is not a bad thing. We have to see what is gonna come out of this. For that to happen, things need to move. It doesn't matter to the downside, upside, things just need to move, right? So this is some look, remember when I had a look at Ripple yesterday? Just an example, real fast. I said daily was looking, this is XPR, wrong chart, here it is. I said daily was looking fine, but on the 4-hourly, remember when I said that this looks like it's like somebody said it in a better way. It looked a bit forced, and then we had a bit of a pullback, but then it continued because there is news going on with Ripple, news that I shared on Discord as well. Like there is some type of settlement that Ripple is gonna get. They're gonna settle with the court. Like there's some type of settlement that we will find out, about on after 6 to 8 weeks, or in 6 to 8 weeks. We'll see what happens then. So there are things going on, fundamentally when it comes to Ripple. But Ethereum, my point is, it's like somebody, I think it was Mago, who said it looked a bit forced, right? Looking at the daily, this push to the downside looks a bit forced as well. You get what I mean? It looks a bit forced as well, okay? So we are at support at the moment. We will see. Look, the best place to get on Ethereum, like no joke, would be around, you know, this $1,700, $1,750. I think I already mentioned this, right? Around these levels, okay? But if this 4-hourly manages to hold, we might not just see it yet, right? And on the daily, it looks like, look, the bears are the ones in charge, but they look like they're in charge with a weak paw, if I may say so. Like, it's looking weak-ish. There's so many wicks to the upside, you know, when it's coming down. Like, looks like, you know, a few dojis and so on and so forth. Like, we don't see any real, you know, hard bodies. You get what I mean? So it looks a bit, you know, forced to say so. Yeah, a bit forced. So we hit resistance around these levels. Okay, perfect. Like, this would have been a perfect, you know, short, you know, because if one was looking at the daily, might have missed this one out. But on the 4-hourly, it was clear. We had, you know, nice shooting star and so on and so forth at resistance. But on the daily, like, it's looking a bit too choppy, And now I'm seeing something interesting as well while we're talking about this. Okay, let's bring out another chart so we can draw this immediately. All right, let's have a look at this one. Like I always tell you guys, sometimes your eyes be giving your brain some signals, but it's best that we see that it makes sense before, you know, drawing things and so on. I got the magnet on, so it's a bit jumps around. Okay, there is some channel that Ethereum broke below at the moment. Thing is, we are at support. Looking at this chart, like that I'm already, you know, ready with when it comes to drawings, we are at support. Around these levels, we are at support, okay? Let's have a look at the 4-hourly and see if there's anything interesting there. Oh yeah, there's something interesting. Okay, so we're going sideways. If you guys notice this level right here, if I, you know, do this, maybe it's easier if I take out this chart. What do we see here? Sideways action, right? So we got some sideways action going on here. This is not a bad thing. I just want to see that the bulls, you know, are stepping in and the bears are getting exhausted at these levels. If I start to see that with that positive divergence that is developing on the 4-hourly as well, sure, we could, you know, come back to at least, you know, 1910, 1920 for a start. That would be first resistance on the 4-hourly. Second one all the way up here, you know, around that $1,940. So pretty much the same when it comes to Ethereum as well, just with a slight difference, you know. Yesterday still, you know, bulls tried, right? But the bears, you know, pressured them down, back down again. Hence, we're seeing this wick right here on the daily. There is no divergence. Looking at this, MACD is bearish. RSI still above neutral. That is not a bad thing. That's good. So, if we see any, doesn't have to be a daily necessarily, but if we see a 4-hourly candle close below this level, then there's a decent chance we could, you know, pull back a bit lower to at least, you know, 1,825-ish to loss of 1,800, very possible, you know, all the way down here. But yeah, the most optimal buy level would be around, you know, at least, you know, this level, 1,787 to 1,700 and, you know, 20-ish, somewhere between that level, right? But yeah, it is taking its time. It is taking its time indeed. This one I can remove. Let's focus on this 4-hourly thing that's going on here. Because, you know, if we're gonna be fair, we are still within this channel, right? We have to be fair to Ethereum. We have to be like blunt with ourselves when looking at the chart. We are still, you know, within this channel. This one I can remove now. It already played out. You guys saw this. It's because like it's too many drawings, so I have to remove some. Okay, there you go. All right, cool. This resistance on the 4-hourly is acting like a Hulk. Like it's a hard resistance. Unless we see a close above this level, it's gonna be difficult for us to see this areas. And if we can't even see this areas, we're not gonna see this area just yet. Okay. Now let's move on. Let's have a look at Ripple. Okay, on the weekly, there's not much to hate on Ripple. RSI is, you know, getting closer to that overbought-ish territories, right? On the daily, still looking fine. Like, if you can only, you know, get above this level at least, you know, 0.85-ish area, okay? At least see a 4-hourly candle close above this level. Yeah, then next would be somewhere around these areas, next resistance. Why is this yellow? This should be blue. Probably forgot to change it last time. Okay, so if we see any daily candle close above, you know, 0.91, even a 4-hourly candle close above, you know, this 0.91 level, very possible that we reach, you know, a dollar. Very possible. After that, like, next resistance on the weekly time frame at least is around these levels, 1.16 to 1.24. On the daily, yeah, this, like I told you, I think I said it last time, I'm gonna say it again. Things went up too fast. Okay? Now, if this candle closes anywhere above 0.827 by the way things are looking, we might, you know, build a bearish divergence. We might develop a bearish divergence, okay? So it's very important that the oscillators hang along, okay? Do not feel left out. Are not slow to catching up the price action, so this can continue pushing, right? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's have a look at the 4-hourly. Same thing here. We already see signs of some, you know, negative divergence developing at the moment. You can see it on both oscillators, really, from this point to this point, this point to this point, you know, unless like this price just continues, blasts off to the upside, okay, at least to these levels, and then still there might be some danger with the divergence, okay, still, because this is I know you guys can see it, but let me just, you know, if I do this, you guys get what I'm trying to say, right? This and this, like, even if we see price, you know, do something like this, there's still gonna be some type of divergence. Maybe after we see this level, maybe then we're gonna see, you know, nice, you know, correction back to these areas, right? But we'll see. Just, you know, talking about different scenarios just in case. On the hourly, we got positive momentum on the oscillators. MACD is still bullish. Resistance right around 0.85. Let's just say 0.86. Okay, if we can see an hourly candle close above 0.86, then nice. Most likely we come at least, you know, to these levels at least first, and then we'll see what happens from there. So that's Ripple. Let's move on. Before I move on, I'm gonna have a like sip on some water, and you guys can let me know if there are any assets we should have a look at together today. Awesome. Let's move on. I had a setup that I discussed with the Patreons today, and I'm not gonna be doing this forever, guys, because the Patreons, since they are the main supporters of the stream, so I gotta keep it exclusive for them. But until I say it's over, it's not over yet. So I shared it with the Discord community as well, with everybody else. The setup that I saw on it's already playing out on Uniswap. Looks like there's a lot of pressure to the downside. Like, if we see any daily candle close, or even for Ali, I think. Let me just do this. Yeah, any for Ali candle close below, 5.525, 5.546, like very, very, yeah, I mentioned it on Discord. Yeah, I shared it because you are a Patreon yourself, Ralph. I shared it with the rest of the guys on Discord, just so that, they can see what's going on, and make their own decisions based on that. So yeah, if we see any for Ali candle close below this level, okay, one doesn't have to wait for the daily necessarily, then, we could pull back all the way to these areas, okay? That would be around 5.15, just loss of $5, okay? So there's a lot of pressure from the bears to the downside, as you guys can see, a lot of pressure on Uniswap. When I was looking at it the other day, I was, I drew this parallel channel. It broke up to the upside, which was good. I've been talking too much today, so I'm a bit tired, guys, excuse me. But you become a bit tongue-tied when you've been speaking, like, a lot. So that's why I'm stuttering here and there, and just saying things, the wrong words. My bad. Anyways, my point, we drew this one together, we saw it break out. Awesome. It is at resistance, so we're kind of pulling back a little bit right now. So on the 4 hourly, we might see it come back to 6.1-ish, 6.13, or even 6.290. Like, look, stop out is around this area, around this 6.3-ish level, but on the daily it's not looking that beautiful. On the daily it's not looking that beautiful. On the 4 hourly, yes, we could see a little bounce off these levels possible, okay? But on the daily, it's not looking that good at the moment. We do have some negative divergence. All those wicks to the downside, we have our gravestone doji right here. Like, there are many multiple things telling us that bears could do something right here, okay? So on top of that, MACD is still bullish. RSI, nothing special, like it's in okay territories, but yeah, that negative divergence on the daily is clear, okay? On the 4 hourly, like I said, there is a chance to see a bounce, so maybe better areas to enter, instead of entering around these levels, if one was to enter, that is. We're talking about hypothetical trades right now, okay, just saying. So yeah, we'll see what happens. So that's Uniswap. Just wanted to go real fast on what's just wanted to update you real fast, just give you a summary on what's going on. Hold on. Yeah, notice how we've already broken below the trend line, this one. Okay, that was acting as some type of support. So yeah, we might bounce to these levels or this level, but daily, I'm focused on the daily. This one's drawn for the daily. It's not looking that good at the moment. All right, let's move on, shall we? I mean, the more Bitcoin has been, consolidating, just, going sideways and so on and so forth, neither doing, going up or down, just, consolidating. It's been good for the altcoins. Usually, I do remind you guys that when that happens, not when Bitcoin is breaking to the downside, when it's had a run and then it's consolidating. most of the times altcoins do benefit out of that. Like they do benefit from that, okay? Let's have a look at BNB. I did tell you guys yesterday that, you know, they will be burning. I don't know when it is. Hold on. Let me just have a look at when. This looks to be, we already had the 23rd burn. This must be the 24th. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know. I'm confused. I don't know if they've already burned. There we go. Okay, I found it. Hold on. Yeah, it's completed. It looks like it's complete. That's it. So they burned 1.99 million BNB tokens, okay? And this news is from the 19th, so yesterday. This was yesterday, okay? There you go. So you guys are aware as well. So it's done. If you guys want to read on what's been going on with it and so on and so forth, just, you know, head over to their Twitter page and you can have a look there. But the 24th quarterly BNB token burn has been completed yesterday, okay? So what's been going on? We broke, you know, above this level. I did say yesterday that it's starting to look, you know, much better. We kind of, you know, tapped, we still haven't tapped this resistance. Like, we're getting close to it. We're getting very close to it, okay? So, by the looks of it, there is a chance we can get to this level. Let's see now, on the daily. Is there anything interesting on the daily? Prior daily candle close is like whatever. And MACD is still bullish. Positive momentum on the oscillators. No signs of any positive divergence, or the negative divergence already played out, so no signs of any, you know, positive divergence for now. Looking at the 4-hourly, positive momentum, MACD bullish, RSI still below neutral, but we can see it's good that it went up a little bit, broke out of it, and then retested it as, you know, a from being a supply line. Now it just tested it as a demand line, so this is a good thing. So now all we need to do is get to this resistance first and then break above it, and then we'll see if we can, you know, reach the next one. Okay, this is like, feels like this is tweaked on. Hold on, this is how it should be. Perfect. Okay. So first resistance are on these levels, second resistance are on this area, third resistance all the way up here. We can also fib it for those who love the fib, because with the Patreons today, I was, you know, discussing a lot about the Fibonacci and so on and so forth. So why not? So behold the golden fib right by this resistance on the 4-hourly, okay? And then, yeah, the third resistance all the way up here, okay? Yeah, so far things are looking fine. Nothing to add when it comes to this one, except maybe if we're gonna do this and realize also that, you know, levels of interest right here, okay? Levels of interest, like, not looking that bad, you know, if one was to maybe take a shot here, right? With a tight stop loss around these levels, maybe. Okay, let's move on. Just one thing though, hold on. Before we move on. Yeah, you see how those moving averages are, you know, acting as some type of resistance right now on the 4-hourly chart. Then the second one, the short term, is right by this, you know, level. Okay, now I'm done. Now we can move on. There we go. We can have a look at the hourly, since, you know, the 4-hourly is like, you know, trading a half day, at least a half day, right? So let's have a look at the hourly. Hourly is, what's hourly doing? Negative momentum on the oscillators, fine, that's okay. RSI is above neutral, good. MACD trying to go bullish. No signs of any positive divergence, nothing like that on the hourly really. None. And that's it. We can move on from Binance Coin. Like, look, if this was the move yesterday and then it pushed back down, I mean, we're not gonna say that the trend is strong, right? usually Binance, you know, when they've burned some tokens and so on and so forth, like you see a nice, you know, push on the chart, like on the price you see a nice push, but yesterday that didn't happen. Today that didn't happen. I guess the FUD is still, you know, doing things to Binance token, right? Okay, let's move on. Let's see, what else? We've already done, let's see, Ralph, Bitcoin, Ripple, Ethereum, Uniswap, and BNB. Okay, next. Let's have a look at H-bar, right? It's been a while. We have to be fair. We have to talk about this one because it's been a while, okay? Okay, H-bar, like if we can get, if we can only get above this level, this 0.0613-ish, you know, somewhere around that level. If we can see a weekly candle close above this area, guys. Next resistance is around 0.0741, you know, 0.078-ish levels. On the weekly, positive momentum, MACD bullish, RSI trying to get above, you know, neutral. It's trying, it's not there yet, but it's trying, okay? Let's have a look at the daily. Daily is so and so. We already are developing some type of negative divergence. It's not weird. We are close to resistance right around this level right now. That's why probably. On top of that, RSI is like looking fine, like it's following price action, but you know, there is some signs of some negative divergence developing, but it's gonna become invalid if price, you know, continues, and this, you know, MACD follows, not MACD, excuse me, Instagram follows the price action, and then, you know, suddenly this isn't lower, but, you know, is higher than this island right here. And then the positive divergence is gonna, like the negative divergence is gonna become invalid. Then we can move on to the next target, which is around this level right here, okay? First resistance on the daily. Or maybe not first, because this one is first. But you get it. This is second then, okay? Let's be fair. So we got R2. Should probably drop on this one instead. Okay, R2 right there. R3 all the way up here, okay, and R4 somewhere on these levels, right above this red line, and a little bit above, you know, all the way to that 0.078, just the same as I mentioned on the weekly, okay? When things align, when you're looking at different time frames and you see that things are aligning, then you're onto something, okay? All right, let's have a look at versus Bitcoin because this is important. This is beautiful so far. This is not bad. Okay, we need a weekly candle close. Let me show you. Where do we have H bar? No, versus Bitcoin. So first weekly resistance for this one, and we're talking about long-term play, right? We're talking about the weekly and so on. So first weekly resistance is right around these levels, okay? I'm gonna mark it. Maybe no need to talk about, you know, so that we can save time and have a look at some other assets as well. But just want to leave you with positive divergence also on the weekly developing, okay, like very clear positive divergence developing. And on top of that, we have our first, you know, positive momentum on the weekly. MACD is bullish. Like we're talking about long term at the moment, okay, at least, you know, midterm, if not long term, okay. On the daily, volume is building up. That's good. Our RSI is like it's not overbought yet. That's okay also. We just need to get above this level. Hold on. So we need to see a daily candle close above this area for us to reach this level. Then we need to see a daily candle close above 211 for us to see these areas, okay? Because like I always tell you, the bottom of the boxes and the top of the boxes, doesn't matter if it's the yellow one or the blue one, they do matter, okay? I draw them in a certain way for a reason, okay? Let me just have a sip of water and then we can move on. But I think we're done with H bar, Hedera hash graph. That was one crooked trend line. Hold on. Okay, 192. 192. Why does it look crooked? You guys notice? It looks a bit crooked, but according to the settings, it's not. Weird. Okay, I'm gonna let it be. If I start tweaking, I'm never gonna let it go. Okay, let's move on. Let's have a look at Bitcoin until we choose the next one, right? Next asset. I had somebody ask me a good question the other day. I think it was before yesterday. This was about Bitcoin, okay? They asked me this. Would you rather buy, this is, you know, hypothetical, you know, trades, but this was a question. This was the question. Would you rather buy around these levels or you wouldn't buy around these levels because we're gonna break down? I was like, okay, but what's telling you that we're gonna break down right now? And the answer was because we are at the lows of this, you know, rectangle, you know, this sideways action, we're at the lows. There seems to be a lot of pressure, you know, from the bears and so on and so forth. And I was like, okay, sure. I understand, but I was like, okay, personally, I wouldn't be, you know, getting out at these levels, like, because what did I say? I already, you know, went out around these areas, right? like levels too short, we're up here at resistance, okay? So at this level, for me, it's like, why? I'm already, fine, shorting at this area instead of at this area. Number one. Number two, we are consolidating, guys. We are consolidating. I've already discussed the bad divergence on the 5-day, on the 4-day, on the 3-day, on the 2-day. Like I've discussed this in like details on Discord. I've written all the time frames, all the bad divergence that I see, and I shared it with you guys. So we are consolidating. Consolidating is not a bad thing. I'm only gonna be worried, okay? I'm gonna put it this way, in a short way. I'm gonna be, a bit, concerned for the bulls if I see at least a daily or a 4-hourly candle close below 29,500. Then it's a different situation. But if we keep on chopping back to these levels and then we pull back up, we're back, within this channel. Is there any difference? Not really. You get what I mean? But this is my opinion. This is my TA, like TA-wise opinion, okay? Or I mean, opinion when it comes to the TA, okay? I'd love to hear your opinions. Hold on, let me just pull up a poll. This is interesting. Okay. There you go. I've shared a poll with you guys. Let me know what you think. This is interesting. It's interesting to see the sentiment of everybody else as well, right? All right, let's move on with some other altcoins, shall we? Solana is hovering around that 4-hourly resistance, still hasn't broken above it. If and when we do, next resistance is all the way up here, okay, up to 28.15 to 29.26. Until that happens, yeah, it is what it is. Right now we are at resistance, okay? Looking at the daily, positive momentum on the oscillator still. There is no negative divergence whatsoever. Like, not bad. That's not a bad thing, okay? On the 4-hourly, we got some positive divergence that's, developing, okay? Kind of playing out, but not really complete yet because we're still, red. MACD's bearish at the moment, but there is some, positive divergence developing. So we'll see. If you can only see a 4-hourly candle close above this level, then next area, see you around eventually 28. Let me pull this one a bit more lower. Somewhere around these levels, okay? Uh-oh. Somewhere between $28 to $29. All right? That is the next one, okay? Let's see. 1 vote so far. Come on, guys. Vote up. Vote up. Let's see your answers. So, if we can see a 4-hourly candle close above 27, next resistance around these levels. And then next, after that, if you can see any 4-hourly candle close above this level, eventually around these levels next. Okay? Simple and clean. On the 1 hourly, 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 1 hour We got some negative divergence that already played out, okay? We have support around, all the way. We got support. Support is between 26.25 to 25.8, okay? So all this is support levels. So if it comes back down and it holds this level, it's not bad. It's okay. But I'm seeing something. Hopefully it is not what I think it is, but I think it is what I think it is. Yes, it is. It is. So if we see any close below this level, then I don't have to spell it out for you. Then yeah, we could go lower to 25 or at least 24.85. Very possible, okay? But at the moment, it's still holding. It's still holding. Looking at the weekly, still cannot hate on. Let me just remove all the noise. Hold on. Yeah, I can't hate on this. Like, we already tapped resistance. That's the thing, okay? We already tapped resistance. But RSI is still, above neutral. MACD is still bullish. Positive momentum on the oscillators. I do not like the negative divergence on Solana. I do not like it. This negative divergence needs to get out of the way. And the only way it's going to get out of the way is if we push a bit higher, okay? And this, kind of follows what's going on here, and then it's maybe a little bit safer. But at the moment, yeah, like weekly is fine, but we are, we tapped resistance already, so we kind of pull back a little bit. But we have what, 3 days, almost 4 days to go before the weekly candle close, so we still have a lot of time, till things happen. On the daily, it's really still looking okay-ish. Like, it's still looking fine. Looks like this was the drop. This was, the drop after we hit resistance. Yeah, as long as this is intact, it's fine. As long as it's intact, it's fine, okay? We just need to break above this level and then eventually see around these areas. And any close above, any 4-hourly candle close above 28 probably takes us all the way up here, and after that, all the way up here, okay? All right, let's move on, shall we? Let's move on. Okay, next. Guys, any requests, let me know. There was something that I saw earlier today. I just forgot which one it was. It was looking so juicy. Probably gonna try to find it after the stream. Hold on. Yeah, not this one. Not this one. Yeah, no. Yeah, I lost track of which one it was. I've had a look at so many charts today. Yeah, definitely not Pepe. That much I know. Definitely not Pepe. Okay. Okay, whatever. Let's continue. Let's have a like gonna give you guys 2 minutes in case you have any crypto assets we should have a look at. If not, we're gonna have a look at some stocks today, at some stocks. It's been a while. It's been a while. They've been having a good time. Like some of them have had a good time. Past 2 days. Stacks. Let's have a look at stacks. I think I already had a look at stacks yesterday as well, and we spoke about it with the Patreons too. There's nothing special to add here. It's the same thing like yesterday, so we're not gonna spend a lot of time into it, but positive divergence going on, all right, on the daily, and we are at levels of interest. Like as long as we do not break below this level 0.598 or 0.59-ish, it's fine. If we see a close below that level, then yeah, we could pull all the way, down to these areas. Okay, that's pretty much stacks. Yeah, I'm starting, like, guys, I'm starting to get bored, of talking about the same. It's Bitcoin's fault. This is Bitcoin's fault, okay? It's been doing the same thing. A week passes by, I come back, I say the same thing again, and then a week passes by. This has been going on for 2 weeks now. So today I was like, nope, I'm not gonna be wasting a lot of time on Bitcoin because it hasn't been doing that much. It's literally the same thing. Literally the same thing from yesterday. And stacks, pretty much, it's the same thing. Like, not much has changed either. Like, it is what it is. Okay, let's have a look at some stocks. So, we got Apple at that, weekly resistance, okay? Hold on. Excuse me, guys, I had to sneeze. You probably saw my head, just, moving around, so I was just sneezing. But Apple, let's get into it, okay? We know markets are closed, we'll see what happens and so on and so forth tomorrow, but there's, signs of some positive divergence that already played out. Now we are building negative divergence at the moment. We do have some resistance right around these levels. We kind of went above it a little bit. Just a little wick above that level, as you guys can see. But we do have some resistance on the daily right there. So any daily candle close above that level, then eventually see you at that next weekly resistance, which is all the way around 202, 204. Not far away, but somewhere on these levels. And then slowly we are getting closer to that R2 monthly time frame. We had that R1 monthly time frame. We kind of got rejected around these levels a little bit, but once we broke above this level 175, then it was good times. Okay, we had a little resistance right here, but then it just continued. So we need to see a close above this area for us to continue to this level. Right now on the weekly, I do not see any warning signs. I don't see anything special. We'll see what happens on Friday. But if this weekly candle closes anywhere below 193.61, something like that, yeah, we could, see some type of, correction / consolidation, just a little bit, okay? If it gets into something more deeper, we'll see, I guess. But for now, I think it's just gonna be some sort of a nice pullback, just a short pullback, okay? So positive momentum on the oscillator still. There's not much to talk about when it comes to that, except for the negative divergence, okay, on the weekly also. Yep. So we got negative divergence on the weekly and on the daily developing at the moment, okay? That's Apple support levels, the blue boxes somewhere on that level. First one, and second one right there. Howley saw a documentary today on the insane amount of certain minerals for going green tech. Thinking lithium companies might be a good long-term hold play for the right companies. Yeah, like I wouldn't be surprised. That is interesting. That is interesting. I don't know about that. So they're they're getting into minerals and stuff now. Is that so? Okay. Huh. You see, it's good when you guys share some interesting things with the rest of us, because sometimes I'm not keeping an eye on it. Let's have a look at. It's been a while. I had a look at gold and the other minerals, and just hold on. I don't think I've ever had a look at lithium live. You see, the first thing I noticed, like I'm just zooming out, right? I'm zooming out and looking at the chart. And there are already things that I like on on the chart. What I'm seeing. Okay, let's just get into it. Let me just add this to my chart as well. Hold on. Okay, we're gonna do some live analysis. Okay, Ali. This is a good one. New chart, no drawings, so we're gonna do it live together. Apparently, for the minerals needed to go net neutral is insane. Lithium being the top for batteries. Finding a good small company that has the potential for a buyout could go crazy. That is true. That is true. Like I'm gonna do some digging into this and come back a bit more informed like on the next stream. This is interesting information that you're sharing, Holly. This is not bad. Okay. If we do this, hold up. Okay, I see something interesting. Hold up now. Yeah, this one already broke out. Notice, guys, this one already broke out of the supply line. Hold on. Why is this a bit crooked? This should be like this. This already broke out. It broke out right here. We tested it as demand line, and now we are going. Okay, now let's talk about support. Worst case scenario, like if this, you know, fails. Okay, if this fails, let me just have a look at the monthly first. Remove all the noise. We got some positive divergence on the monthly as well. Notice, right? You see it, it's clear, it's developing. So some positive divergence developing on the monthly. Good. Thing is, this is not support. This is, This has become support, but okay, let me just do this. First support right around these levels, okay? This one was a good one, Holly. Okay, awesomeness. So we already have, you know, the monthly support areas, right? We are at support right here. This is the second support that I see. Let's, you know, zoom in a bit more closer. On the weekly, it's the same as, yep, it is the same. It's exactly the same when it comes to the support areas. I should probably add weekly as well. Literally the same, so I have to add weekly here. Now resistance. Now the important thing. Resistance, I think it's better if we discuss the daily, okay? Just to be like in sync with what's going on, you know, with the price action, okay? So first resistance right around this level. Okay, second one all the way up here. I'm gonna change the colors in a second. I'm just focused on finding resistance levels at the moment. Third one right here. Okay, awesomeness. Okay, now change colors. We're gonna discuss what the oscillators and so on are telling us. I just wanna take all those factors out first. Because it's a new chart. I'm doing this live, gonna take some time. We'll get there. Okay, awesome. And if we see a close above $25, then next resistance is all the way around 27 to 27.5-ish, somewhere around that level. But now let's discuss, you know, the other things. Okay. So we are at resistance. We could probably, like, by the way things are looking, we could, you know, pull back all the way down to $20 first, and then, you know, continue with this, you know, action that's going on. This is following some type of trend. If we do this, this is not bad. As long as it manages to hold above this line, it's fine. Okay. Already, I think I can draw a parallel channel instead. It's gonna be a lot of drawings, but bear with me, bear with me. This is for your own sake, so you guys see what's going on. Okay. Are we good? We're following, you know, some, you know, type of an uptrend parallel channel at the moment, which is not a bad thing. On top of that, I have professional experience in business development and M&A, so this is my wheelhouse. Yeah, I noticed by the way you're, you know, informing us. So this is interesting. Like, you know, you're welcome with these kind of informations. Like, all of us, you know, have our strengths and weaknesses, right? If we put all our strength, you know, in a community, like, it's just, you know, diamond. It's just diamond, right? So this is awesome. I see in the way you're sharing the information that this is something that you're interested in. And me, I like, there's too much news, too much things that's going on. So sometimes, you know, I miss a thing here, I miss a thing, you know, another thing there. So it's good when you guys, you know, come around and go like, Dana, this is going on, and this is going on, and everybody else can have a piece of that pie as well. Awesomeness. Okay, so Ralph, buddy, big brother, would you mind the Apple and lac, the list? Please put stocks behind it, or let people know that that's stocks, you know, just so that they understand that, because some people might probably think it's crypto and, you know, go around and, you know, search on Binance and whatnot, but just make sure that they know that it's stocks, Apple and lac, and so on and so forth. Thank you. So on the daily, positive momentum on the oscillators. MACD is bullish. RSI is above neutral. Good, good, good. On the weekly time frame, there are no signs of any negative divergence at the moment. Really not. Like, there is none. Okay, it's looking fine. I like what I'm seeing right here at the moment, but let's see what happens in 2 days. Let's see what happens in 2 days, okay? But resistance, pull back to this level, not that strange. Any close below this area, we could pull back, you know, any close below $20, okay, on a daily. Then we could pull back all the way down to 19.78 or even 19.5. Otherwise, it's looking fine. This is not bad at all. Resistance areas, you already know about it. First, second, third. Awesomeness. Dinner, welcome, welcome. Glad you made it. Good morning. Wow, this is one big triangle if you think about it. I mean, on the monthly. Yeah, it looks like, I'm just gonna remove all the noise one more time. It looks like the bears are losing steam. I like this action that I'm seeing right here with the, you know, positive divergence and so on. This is not bad. This is good. It's good. It's good that you brought this up now, Howley, because if you would have brought it up around these levels, it would have been, I would have told you that it's a bit too late. I wish you told me when it was around these levels, and this is around these levels that you're telling us, right? So this was good. It was good that we had to look at it now. This was awesome. Gold hits support and it's going back to retest these levels. Like, gold has some major resistance, you know, around these areas, but Once we can get above this level, guys, it's about to have some good time. This is on the weekly, but the resistance is also for the daily, so it's for both, okay? But on the daily we have another resistance. I think we are at resistance, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, we are right here. I'm gonna draw it for you. Hold on. Okay. So we're at resistance right here. First support. If it decides, you know, to not break out with a bit of strength, you know, above this level, then first support would be somewhere around these levels, okay? But any close below, let's say 1944, then yes, we could pull back a bit more lower, okay? At least to this level. That is very possible, all the way to 1900 to this level. But by the way I'm seeing things on the weekly, it's still fine-ish. Monthly is a bit different, guys. I don't know if I probably didn't discuss it with you guys. Okay, let me discuss this. Monthly is in a bit of, it's in a little bit of danger. Okay, in a little bit of danger. If we come back up this month, okay, we fail to see a close above 2084, and I'm being flexible. I'm being flexible, okay? We fail to see a close above this level. We might not see next resistance, which is somewhere around these levels, okay? And this is for the monthly that I'm talking about. Where is it? Should be here somewhere. Hold on. Oh. Somewhere around these levels, okay? Because we are getting closer to resistance when it comes to the monthly. We're getting closer. It doesn't mean we can't, you know, come back up to these levels. The important question is, are we gonna break above resistance with a bit of strength? If that happens, good times. And then if this level gets respected as like old resistance flips to new support, awesomeness. Next, like there is not much holding us, according to my calculations at least. Like we could easily see 2249, 2322. Okay, this is on the monthly. This is long-term play, so it's gonna take its time. Okay, it's gonna take its time. Awesomeness. Let me just mark this. Yeah, it's gonna be fun when we're back at this maybe in a few months and we go like, hey, look what happened. Now, you know, we broke above this level, we went back up to the next area and so on and so forth. That would be awesome. All right, let's have a look at something else. By the way, what's Bitcoin doing before I move on? What is Bitcoin doing? Okay, so far when it comes to crypto assets, we've had a look at Bitcoin, Ripple, Ethereum, Uniswap, BNB, HBAR, Solana. And when it comes to stocks, we've had a look at Apple, Lithium, and gold so far. Well, not just stocks, traditional assets as well. So a few commodities, one stock. Let's see if we can see anything else. Hold on. 75% down, 25% up. Wow, wow, that is quite something. That is like, okay, so most people think it's gonna break down to the downside. Okay, we'll see what happens. We got ADOB. Well, in Europe we say ADOB, but ADOB. This is looking good. It's looking fine on the monthly at least. Like, we got 11 days. We'll see how this one closes, but we are at some sort of a resistance, okay? We are at some type of resistance. Let's have a look at the weekly. This is why I'd rather stream when it's daytime, like when the banks are open, you know, and the market's open and so on and so forth. But since Bitcoin's candle close is all the way around nighttime, this is why I'm streaming this late, even though it's not good for me, like, health-wise either. But yeah, okay, so on the weekly we are at resistance when it comes to ADOB. RSI is, it's fine, like there is no signs of any negative divergence, nothing like that. Same thing when it comes to the histogram too, like there's nothing, like there's nothing serious. Hold up, actually there is some negative divergence. There is definitely some negative divergence. Okay, so people be a bit cautious. We do have some resistance around this level. Hold on. Okay, so first resistance, we have some major resistance around this level on the daily time frame. Okay, if it fails to break above this level, like if the resistance is confirmed, because we have some negative divergence showing on the daily and so on and so forth, MACD is like, it's bullish, but it's whatever. But if this daily candle closes anywhere below 524.78, this one, or 522-ish, just lower than $524. Let me just be sure. Yeah, below $524 or $524 at least, that is not a good sign. Okay, that is not a good sign. Then there is a decent chance we pull all the way back down to these levels. Okay, to that support one on the daily time frame. And if this fails to hold, next support would be somewhere around these levels. Fine, short and cute. Yeah, this one, not that it's super duper important because market's closed. We're not trading intraday right now. But yeah, 4 hourly, screaming get out. Okay, like if the daily kind of matches that up, well, yeah, at least we know about the support levels, right? What to expect. Okay, guys, I'm a little bit tired. We just had a look at Adobe, ADBE. This one right here. But I think how long have we've been live for almost an hour and a half. Not bad. It's 3:45 a.m. Thank the Lord I'm young, otherwise, you know, I would have been too tired. But it's 3:45 a.m. right now. I'm a bit tired already. I've been talking a bit too much. But before I call it a show, the floor is yours, guys. If there are any other assets, crypto, stocks, commodities, whatever you want, let me know and we can have a look at it together, you know? We've already gone through, you know, what we've gone through, so you don't have to repeat what we've gone through already. Ralph has been putting out everything out there. So we've gone through Bitcoin, Ripple, Ethereum, Uniswap, BNB, HBAR, Solana, and when it comes to stocks, Apple, lithium, gold, and Adobe. I don't know which one it is, but you guys get the idea. Is there something that we haven't had a look at that you guys feel looks interesting? Well, this one looks interesting. This one looks interesting, actually. Near. Okay, near. On the weekly, positive momentum on the oscillators. MACD is still bullish. RSI is whatever, pretty much weak. On the daily, any close below 1.398 could push us back to the lows right here. Okay, somewhere around, you know, 1.28 to 1.3, very possible. First resistance right around 1.6 all the way to 1.7-ish. Any close above that level, next resistance would be around 1.9-ish to $2. Okay. HBAR up 5% on the new day. That's not bad. Okay, guys, I think we'll call it for a show for today. Like, thank you for all the love, likes, contributions and everything else. Like, appreciate each and one of you. And those of you who are watching this recorded, you know, tomorrow or maybe another day, make sure to hit that like and subscribe and join our Discord as well, where the action happens after the stream is over. And for those of you who wanna, you know, join Patreon, that is also possible. It's soon the beginning of the month, which I always recommend you guys to do. If you're gonna join in the beginning of the month, okay? That is next month. It's up to you if you wanna, you know, join in the middle. But I'm just saying, if you wanna get, like, if it's better in the beginning of the month, because otherwise you are gonna get recharged. I mean, they're gonna charge you again at the end of the month. I mean, in the beginning of the month. You guys get it, right? Okay, much love. This me. I just need to go to sleep. Just lay down a little bit today. But much love to all of you. I'll catch you on Discord. And until then, stay safe, trade safe, and take care. And I'll see you on the next one. Good night.